afternoon, everyone. My name is Jose Munoz, and today we're going to show you how to prepare a campfire so that you can cook a meal outdoors. So here's some of the objectives I have that are going on. So first thing you want to do, you want to go ahead and plan out the night ahead so you can be prepared for that. So this is including any utensils, anything you use to light up a fire. Make sure you bring all of that. After that, we want to make sure they have the proper tools needed to both start a fire and to also cook the meal that you want to go and prepare. And this what I mean is that you have to test out what you have. If you're taking matches, a lighter, you want to make sure the matches are not wet. You want to make sure that they're able to spark up so they can light up. And for a lighter, you want to make sure that there's some gas in there so you can light it up. And as far as utensils for cooking, you want to make sure you have a pan, it's not cracked, it's clean, it's going to be usable out there. And utensils, the same thing. You want to make sure they're not broken, damaged, and that they're clean to use. After that, you want to make sure that the weather is cooperative. So for this, if you want to go ahead and start a fire, you want to make sure that it's not going to be raining outside. Grass, it's not going to be moist, it's not going to be dew on the ground, because all that's going to need it to be a lot harder to start a fire so you can be able to prepare those meals for you. So with this, you want to make sure you keep an eye on weather and time. Check the weather. How's it be for the next few days, and plan out that where you're gonna go in and camp. You want to make sure it's nice and dry so you can be able to get that fire started. Next, this is the stuff we're going to bring. So we're going to bring matches to light the fire. Me personally, the easiest way I've learned to start a fire is using a 9-volt battery along with steel wool. Heats up really nice, and I've almost had no trouble getting any fire started the first time. After that one, we're going to take a cooking pan, cooking utensils to make sure all that's nice and good to go. And after that, you want to make sure you have food, tinder, and kindle. Food so you can go and cook, tinder and kindle so you can make sure you have stuff to light up, make it go. These are the stuff I have right here. Pan, utensils. I got matches. For those who make it make it a lot easier for you to light up that fire, by all means take a lighter and take some matches. For me, like I said, the easiest thing I've ever used is 9-volt battery along with this steel wool. So let me go and show you how to start that fire, okay? Alright, so first thing we're going to do is that to make that fire for outdoors, we need to make a tinder. Now, the tinder is something that can be easily lit up. This is including dry grass, bark, tiny pieces of branch, something that's easily light up so you can get that fire going. Luckily right here, I have a bunch of dry grass. I can go ahead and do that. So what you want to do, especially when you have grass, is you want to just get a bunch of it together and ball that up. You're going to ball it up and you're going to make almost like a bird's nest. So you want to go ahead and ball it up, mess with it, put your thumbs into it, work it out. Round it out, round it out. If you need to, add more grass to it so you can get that going. Add more grass, put that together. You just want to make sure nice and tight, so you can go ahead and start that fire. In the end, go ahead and look something like this, like a bird's nest. And then with that, you can also add little twigs, branches, anything like that to go ahead and start that fire. See right here, the other branch right here. So what you can do is start breaking these pieces off. You want to make sure it's a dry piece of wood, because if it's something that's just barely broken, it's not going to light up. You can have a lot of trouble getting that done. You want to make sure you break these pieces off, throw it in that nest so you make sure that fire lights up. Put as much as you want in it, because this thing, it's been dried up, grass, there's no green on it, so it's going to go ahead and light up really fast. You want to make sure all that's good to go. Now all of this is just your tinder. You want to get that going and get that ready for you. Now, another thing we're also going to need is kindle. So kindles, once you get your tinder going, your kindle is what's going to make your fire grow. You're going to add to it. And what you want to do is that when you get that kindle, you also want to make a pyramid. First thing you need to do is find that kindle. The best thing to do is go look at trees. A lot of times there's broken branches, broken twigs, all that stuff. Usually just laying at the base of the tree. So that's what you're going to need to go ahead and burn right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So over there, I do have a tree, so let's go take a look at that. Like this right here, broken piece of wood right here. This was a great size to do all of it. You see that break easy, snap like that. to be a great thing to use to kindle your fire to make sure the table will grow. So let's go and take this back to our little campfire so we can get that all started for it. One thing you want to do, like I said, is you want to make a little bit of a pyramid. So by that I mean break the pieces, good long pieces, and what you want to do is just add to that. You want to angle them up like a period on top of each other, so those can continue to burn. What you do is you got your wood here, just keep on breaking pieces off of that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna add to that. Keep on breaking pieces, and you can keep on adding to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it into this fire pit right here and get that built up right now. We'll make sure nice and easy right there, away from anything else that's gonna burn, because you want, especially when you're outdoors camping, you want to make sure that fire doesn't spread to other campers and other wildlife out there. So what you do is you're gonna add that, build it up right there. Now this is still part of your kindling. So what you're also going to do is that this is a small part of the kindling, but what you also should get done is prepare bigger pieces of wood, because we're always going to keep on adding to that. So if you already have the wood prepared, broken into nice sized pieces, it's just going to keep on burning and burning there. So what we want to do is get those bigger pieces of wood, go ahead and break them up. What we can do with this, also same thing, we'll make a little pyramid with that too. Make sure it's piled up on top of each other. To keep on adding to that. So now we have a little tinder underneath our kindle net. Kindle tent that we're going to light up. And then, like I said, what I like to use personally, I like to use steel wool. Having any trouble with this? So with this, what you're gonna do is get your steel wool, and all you're gonna do is just touch the tips to the end of the 9-volt battery. So what happens is electricity runs from this to the steel wool, and that catches up, lights up really fast. Electricity is running through this, and it heats up really fast. But while you have this under there inside your tinder, you're also going to want to make sure that you blow at it so you can fan the flames to make sure that fire grows. So what we do right now, we're going to start a fire using my favorite way of starting a fire. It's a 9-volt battery along with steel wool. So what happens here is that the 9-volt battery hits the metal of the steel wool, that sends electric current in there, that superheats it. And so what you can do is that you're going to break off a little piece of that steel wool, put it in the center of that tinder, and you're going to fan it. You either blow it or you have something to fan it, so you can make sure that it superheats up and causes that tinder to light up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You want to get a few pieces, a few chunks, just tear it off of that steel wool, follow it up, you can put it in the center of that tinder right there. What you can do is just touching the tip of the 9-volt battery to that steel wool. That's gonna go ahead and light that up for you. So go ahead, touch it. As soon as you get red, you can go ahead and start fanning it right there. sometimes it might be a little bit of a slow process. As long as you got enough tinder in there, it's gonna go ahead slowly and start lighting up the small pieces of tinder wood that we added to that, and then go and get that done. So at this point, we got our fire going, and the main thing we want to do at this point is to make sure that fire does not die on us. Because once it does die on us, we're gonna start this all over again. We want to make sure it's ready to go. We're getting hungry. We want to make sure this fire lasts. So what we're gonna do is just keep looking at that fire, making sure you sustain that. And at this point, you already got the fire pretty big. So at this point, what we want to do is just keep on feeding it to make sure it's a big enough fire to heat up what we're cooking at the moment. So right here, got another little bit of branch. You want to just go ahead and start breaking off pieces. You want to go ahead and add that to your fire to make sure that fire is sustainable. Make sure that fire lasts you through your time that you're gonna eat. And you're camping, especially if you're camping outdoors without a tent. You want to make sure you have something to keep you going throughout the night. Yes, you have your sleeping bags, but a little extra heat won't hurt anybody. And with it being in this pit, to make sure it doesn't spread out, cause that fire to go. Right now, you just want to just gently add those fires to that wood to the fire to make sure it just keeps on going. Now at this point, we're going to just wait a bit, wait for that fire to keep on building up. And right here, what I do have is a little portable grill that we can go ahead and use. What I'm going to do is clean it up a bit. So what we're going to do right there, I want to put over that flame. So it goes ahead, cleans it up, kills any of that bacteria that may have on it, all that dirt on it. So make sure all that's off of it. Ready to go. So we're just going to let that fire to build up and wait for it to go. So once you have a steady flame going, got a lot of embers going, little small flame right there, just keep it going. So at this point, not gonna overcook your food, or maybe using the pan, make sure all that's good. So at this point, get your food ready to cook, chicken, meat, maybe you're out hunting, if you already got it prepped up, ready to cook, you can get that done, ready for you. This is the way I go and start fires out there, and hopefully this is a great way to get you out there cooking, camping, going out there, getting all that fun stuff going. Now, this is one of the ways you can do it. A lot of times, yes, now there is a bunch of portable stoves that have your little propane tank you can connect to, you can start it on right there. But me, I've always liked doing it the old-fashioned way, getting the flame started there. Now, this is not only something you can also do out camping, you can also do it out home. Right now, that's where I am right now. I have a bigger yard than most people, got a little acre. So right here, a lot of times, I feel like going outside, set up a little bit of fire, rest out the night, put a little sleeping bag, a little tent out, and that's where I spend most of the night. So this is not also something you can do outdoors, but also at home. So my name is Jose Munoz, and hopefully you all had a great time. Thank you.